The House Privilege, Clown Gacy, a prominent circus bit writer, recently came into territorial prominence. The Circus is a regional faction of the August Party Territorial Circus. AO, short for all out and over, is traditionally pronounced ow, followed by an incredulous pause for graphic effect, regardless of how much the crowd laughs. Interestingly, they were quick to take ownership of the once derogatory stage name, Zanies. In the past several weeks, zany ringmasters have performed Night Rider ballyhoo gimmicks from the bally of the Clown House of Privilege. Clowns are notorious for refusing to break kayfabe, and for abusing the Clown House Privilege bally to act out their iron-jaw trickery by using unreliable lunge ropes. Zanies take this performance style to the extreme, and their acts involve thinner and thinner lunge rope tactics every opening night. The circus at the territory's most prestigious circus learning center, Grimaldi University of Lots and Grafts, was the target of a barrage of "Hey Rube" crowd work following one of Clown Gacy's recent performances at the Clown House of Privilege. Gacy folded with a gimmick in which he uttered the following monologue in indignant rage. "Cherry pie in the sky. Clown research at GULAG shouldn't be on the show. Our territory deserves real gimmicks from real clowns, something you jesters never seem to understand. All out and over. Ow. Make the territory hurt from laughter again." Students of clown history will note the irony in ow's rise to prominence in traditionally August Party-dominated regional circuses, the so-called fireball mud shows. Initially a movement spurred by surrealist, GULAG-educated clown lecturers, members of the ow faction were flatulently opposed to performing at August Party shows. Instead, these ow clowns performed at various fireball mud shows. But the August clowns wound up stealing the show. Disputes throughout the territory soon devolved into a repetitive and predictable series of one-day stands at the house, in which the founding surrealists were blacklisted from circuses and replaced by Gallagher honoring purist clowns, such as Gacy. On one of these one-day stands, Clown Gacy introduced a successful menage that billed an exclusive for clowns, promising potshots at the sacred clowns of old. This included routines jumping from one GULAG clown administrator to another for overcharging for tickets, admitting too many Annie Oakleys, and for delivering poor performances which in Gacy's view degrade the very idea of the circus. It soon followed that the Board of Clowns assigned GULAG's high pitchmen with shortening performances and reducing clown overhead. Clown investigators later learned the board was primarily interested in learning which clowns at GULAG were truly with it. Clown investigators have also revealed that, in preparing his response to the Board of Clowns, GULAG's high pitchman enlisted the support of his trusted low pitchman. In the office of the GULAG high pitchman, the two devised a Roman writing routine to review the overhead of each and every joint of each and every one of the storied GULAG grandstands. Following this, they left and eventually returned to the high pitchman's office, from which they entered a backyard clown alley to break kayfabe and smoke an exploding cigar together. This was not an appropriate situation in which to develop official GULAG circus routines based on GULAG policy, and both pitchmen believed they were speaking privately. By chance, one of the GULAG head office's lot lice had left their phone in the alley, and at the end of its short fall, it had struck the ground in a way that activated its video recording function, which continued recording until the phone's battery ran low and the phone powered itself down. This video recording, acquired by clown investigators through a Freedom of Iron Jaw Act's request, captured the audio of a discussion between the GULAG pitchmen of what to pass on to the GULAG's crier joint, including the boss hustler, announcer, and candy butchers. Neither the high pitchman nor the low pitchman raised the question of what to share with the wider GULAG community, including all of the clown students, staff, faculty, and lower administration who are currently on the show. Instead, the pitchmen revealed through their clown alley exchange that their first decision about the matter was to go on a ducky run, discreetly touring GULAG's circus grounds, intending to ascertain how well their gimmicks would work among the GULAG clown community. The following is a verbatim description of part of the questionable gimmicks that the pitchmen offered one another during their recorded exchange.
"Hi, pitchman. I was struck by the extravagance of our clown physics joint. There is no joint in the GULAG that generates higher equipment-related expenses, and it's not even a close first."
Low pitchman. I got that impression as well. It would be hard not to, but I do seem to recall that they pull in nearly as much ticket money as they require, and it would probably be embarrassing to terminate a show that everyone knows was critical to the Apollo Moon performance. It was GULAG's clown physicists that outlined the fundamental physical basis for the clown paction techniques that allowed nearly 70 clowns to leave the first 70 sets of floppy boot prints on the stage. We'd become much too sad-face, I fear.
"Hi, pitchman. I suppose you're right, but I still wish we could find a way to reduce their overhead. Do they really still need a tricyclotron?" The thing is so damned expensive to maintain, with 3 mechanics in non-stop use. Maybe we can encourage them to mime a joint that operates more efficiently. Remind me, what joint was second on the list?
Low pitch man, one of our clown engineering joints, but I need to check again to say which. There are so many clown engineers here.
Hi, pitchman. Oh, that's wonderful either way. Clown scientists and clown engineers have a lot in common, don't they? We can inform the shill of the clown physics joint that they need to mimic that clown engineering joint. But then, what do we say to the shill of the engineering joint?
Low pitchman, the clown social sciences joints were next after the clown engineering joints, I think. And I agree that our clown engineers may be abusing their jester's privilege, but we can't risk breaking character with them either. Yet again, GULAG's clown engineers were the ones who actually figured out how to implement the real-world clown-paction technologies that got all of those clowns on stage during the Apollo show, and even created a powdered beverage industry partnership site that GULAG still owns and operates. So it might be.
Hi, pitchman, I see, I understand. Say no more. And I suppose they also pull in a lot of graph notes. But I can't help thinking their productivity has stagnated. They're hardly using all of their Harlequin lab equipment for new gimmicks. I seem to remember that our clown anthropologists really only need support for field study, economy class flights to kid shows and faraway circuses, fuzzy wigs, makeup, silly noses and hats, floppy shoes, water squirting accessories. You get the idea. That's all way cheaper than any clown engineering lab.
Low pitchman, you're right, as usual. Is that all for now?
Hi, pitchman. No, not just yet. I've had a couple more realizations. GULAG's clown mathematicians put on cheaper shows than our clown anthropologists. They only need typewriters, ink, paper, and they rarely perform one-night stands.
Low pitchman, I think I know where you're going with this. But yet again, clown mathematicians at GULAG are famous for their gimmicks, including the miming topologies that enabled our clown physicists to confirm the first theory of clown-paction. Without GULAG's clown mathematicians, GULAG wouldn't have any legacy connecting us to the Apollo show, which again, made stars of the territory's silliest and floppiest-shoed clowns. I fear we'd suffer recruitment tosses.
Hi, pitchman. Well, to be honest, I was really thinking about a different comparison. Wasn't the GULAG philosophy joint close to the bottom of the list?
Low pitchman, if memory serves, yes.
Hi, pitchman. Now seriously, what a spectacle that circus is. They don't even need makeup or floppy shoes or silly headwear. They never perform kid shows, or make or give guest performances at other circuses. I do seem to recall they need typewriters and paper for gimmick writing. Not that those clowns have come up with any new ones in decades. Now that I think on it longer, I remember seeing their joint didn't even discard any of their old gimmicks, no matter how bad their ticket sales are, and no matter how few GULAG clown students want to learn clown philosophy. If everyone else was more like those clowns in philosophy, we could save millions by severing our clown tract with our secure showbill gimmick incinerator, Sorgan Documento.
After this, the recording cuts out, but not before the sound of a door opening and closing, followed by 2 loud bangs. The force of the explosion from the pitchman's cigars had caused the lot louse's phone to shift, capturing a few seconds of a strangely captivating burst of rainbow confetti. A viral gimmick. Representatives of Clown Gacy, the August Party, the Ow faction, and the GULAG pitchman's office declined to respond when asked for comments about this story.